88 and 90 Hatton Garden sits within the heart of London's gold and diamond trade. We're talking about one of the most secure retail districts in the country. A place which the lucky elite use as their playground.
How'd you get involved in the film?
Telephone call from agent, invariably the same, job offer. And I say, if it's got more than one line in it, I'll have it.
And I knew he was in it, and David Calder, who's another actor that was in it, and I thought, oh, that would be fun to do, because I sort of know them. So that's how we all sort of got involved. And it's a great story, isn't it, you know? And, you know, I'm playing an old person, and I've always wanted to be an old person.
You are getting to be an old person. You've got no choice.
I had to take the leather jacket off and then put a sort of overalls on.
Yeah.
How much did you know about what had happened at Hatton Garden before you signed up?
Well, I think I'm like anybody else. I just followed it in the news, and then gradually it evolved. That it had been done by a bunch of older people, and I have to say, by the time it came around to being called about a job, I lost track of the fact it was a bunch of old people. It was quite a surprise to me, and then all of a sudden I thought, yeah, I'm right in the frame age-wise to do that.
Yeah, same with me really, because I saw it on the TV, and obviously, us Brits, we love a sort of robbery like that. We like the Great Train Robbery. We're interested in the craze, and it's always, there's TV programmes everywhere. So it was right up, a Brit street, and I saw it and thought, oh, I wonder if they'll make a film of that, and I bet you I'm in it. So, there was a lot more people in real life. There was about 8 or 9 of them. We just did it with 5 of us, didn't we?
Yeah. Kenny Collins, someone who can be our eyes and ears on the outside.
Hold up, world! Are you insane? That's a disabled space.
Read that and weep, son. Hey.
Daft Git's got chronic emphysema and he still does 40 a day.
But as a driver, you do us proud. Muscle?
Terry Perkins.
Pulled off the biggest cash blag in British history. Spent most of the 90s on the run.
Well, you say on the run. He was living back at his mum's house. Police would have found him if they bothered to check. In the end, he couldn't do without nagging, so he handed himself in, went back to the shovel.
And obviously your access to the actual site has been amazing. Like, was that always going to be the case, that you'd actually be able to come here and walk around?
I mean, this was not part of it at all. It all had to be recreated in a studio because, the state that this was in is pretty much the way it is now. And so there were elements of it you could have done. There were scenes that you could have done, i.e. after the robbery. But, if you've got to get everybody down there, you've got to make that pay. So you couldn't put it all back together again. So they had to make the choice of building their own version.
And what was it like physically doing the scenes? Because it looks like hard work from watching the film.
Yeah, well, I mean, obviously, what Ronnie did was make it as hard as he could, didn't he?
Yeah, it was, and that drill was great to that, but it wasn't easy work, the drill, and kind of amazing how they work and how they can, make big holes in concrete walls.
Bloody hell, Ken! Keep it down, will ya?
You've got a volume button on that hearing aid of yours. Use it.
There's a camera here, and a camera here, and an alarm point here.
Have a look at that. Any help you can give us, you'll be most welcome. Okay? Have a good look. Right, thank you. Magic. So we need now's the date.
You got one in mind?
Hope you like chocolate eggs.
Easter.
Yep. Whole place will be closed down over the holiday weekend.
Easter? Not just a pretty face, are you?
And what was the hardest scene to get right? I mean, what took the longest physically to pull off?
I think some of the scenes that you did that I wasn't involved with the way the story goes, once you were inside the vault, looked to me as if that would have been a bit.
It was all It was all making lifts work and climbing up ropes and all that sort of stuff. It's always quite tricky.
Yeah, technical.
You know, once talking heads aren't so bad. It's the technical stuff and the jacks and making everything look like it's really happening.
Yeah, particularly when when you've got very little time and not massive budgets. When you get great big budget films, they can spend weeks doing technical things. But this, it's got to be ready, it's got to be there, the actors have got to be on top of it, and it's got to be done, and you want to be going home that afternoon or that evening.
I thought you'd start slowing down in your advancing years, Danny.
The old bill will catch me if I stop, won't they? Hello, my son.
What was it like working kind of as a five with Matthew and then the other two in the cast members? Because it looks like a real kind of gang working together all the time.
Yeah, I mean, the thing is, it's like there's always an element of what goes on amongst a bunch of actors off duty. It's not just the on duty. There's, you've got to portray whatever the dynamic is between those actors, between those characters in the film. And hopefully there's going to be a positive dynamic amongst the actors as well. It sometimes happens that, one's a bit of a sore thumb and it stands out. But we were lucky, everybody got on, because we were going to have to spend a lot of time together. So that was great. We all hit it off.
Yeah, on the whole, we all love each other, darling. We really do. And, it's splendid, isn't it?
Splendid. It's all marvellous.
To get in a way, I knew David Calder, I knew Clive, I didn't know Matthew, but I knew, what's your name?
Before, Larry.
Larry.
That's it.
And I knew Larry, so we all got on, really.
Yeah, it was great. And it was nice. I mean, normally nowadays, when I go on any sort of a job, a TV job, I'm always the oldest person. Suddenly I wasn't the oldest person. It was nice just to be with a bunch of people.
Yeah, and I felt really young.
You have one day to make my delivery.
These friends of yours, how heavy are we talking?
War criminal type.
And if the job goes south?
I'll be paying with my life.